Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Reflecting your city. London Live, your capital's TV channel.
Visitors at Borough Market today were greeted with the sound of ripening fruit, live-streamed from a local orchard. It's all part of Apple Day being celebrated at the market. And Andrew Consoli is the sound designer who can explain more, because you are going to have to explain this to us. How
Absolutely.
does it work?
Well, it was quite challenging. It was a project that Borough Market got me inside to, and it was pretty an exciting thing. We all know the flowering and the harvesting of the fruit, but in between there's an amazing process which is actually the ripening of the apple. So it was pretty kind of challenging, but amazing job, amazing work.
So how did you go about doing that?
Well, it was kind of divided in two different phases. The first phase was actually recording the sounds at the orchard, which is actually the environment where the apple is ripening. The second phase was kind of studying the whole ripening process, what's happening chemically inside the apple, and I came up with a track.
Oh, so it's a combination of the natural and then how you interpreted that?
Exactly. Yeah.
So walking into the market, do you think people understood what they were hearing?
Yeah, well, you know, there were some crazy reactions, obviously, because at the beginning the piece is very much kind of sound design, so it's crazy sounds around you. But I think the main message there is that, you know, UK has more than 2,200 different apple varieties, and the Borough Market is actually for heating some, you know, kind of varieties that are actually coming from Britain. So that was the kind of message, you know, and I think they kind of understood that.
Let's talk about that. It's to encourage people to eat the kind of rarer varieties, because obviously we all kind of grab the same bag of apples when we go to the supermarket. I think we're all probably quite guilty of that. Why was it so important to you to get behind this project which says think outside the box when it comes to buying apples?
Well, because, you know, it's like, it's one of those things that are happening nowadays. I mean, we don't eat seasonal food anymore. We go to the supermarket and we don't know where the food is coming from. Well, Borough Market was actually behind this concept to eat seasonal food because it's healthy. It comes from the UK, so it's something that is produced here. And there's a big heritage around the apple as a fruit because, you know, it's one of the staples in apple cuisine, if you can say so. So it's pretty interesting, you know.
And in terms of the future of this project, do you see this going elsewhere?
Well, you know, we'll see what happens. I mean, we had some amazing reactions today, and I think, you know, the concept behind is very interesting, you know, to make you discover what's happening in the fruit, rather than just like knowing these beautiful apple trees with flowers and then the end, which is what you're actually eating. It's good to know, you know, the whole process, the whole journey.
Andrew, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.